The killer squeezed off 2 shots precisely. The distant target went down without a twitch. A smug grin spread across his face. Things were going just as planned, but Snake wasn't the kind of man to settle for good enough. With careful hands, he began modifying his ammo. He took a bullet, ground it down tip first, and drilled a fine hole into its nose. Into that cavity, he injected mercury laced with poison, a deadly combo. This wasn't just a bullet anymore. It was a silent death sentence. When it hit, the round would burst, spreading toxic mercury into the bloodstream. Even a graze could be fatal. That's how Snake liked it: clean, cruel, and untraceable. But lethality wasn't the only thing he craved. He wanted silence, true ghost in the dark, whisper of death silence. So he got to work. He hit the black market, picking up shady firearm mods and illegal parts. After 7 field tests and several close calls, the sniper rifle was nearly complete. Nearly. To finish the job, Snake needed a silencer, but not just any suppressor. He wanted something custom, something lethal and low-key. So he got his hands dirty. He started with a steel pipe and some galvanized iron sheets. Then he scavenged a car gear and disassembled it, removing the bearings one by one. He hammered the iron sheets into shape, slid them into the gear's center, and cut the steel pipe into 16 precise segments. Each part was methodically reassembled onto the bearings, then capped with a sleeve. The result? A handcrafted silencer, quiet as a breath, deadly as a scream. Snake mounted it to the rifle, took aim, and ran tests. Accuracy? Razor sharp. Sound? Barely a whisper. It was perfect. He handed the finished weapon to his client, a woman named Laura. But as she swiftly assembled the rifle with trained hands, Snake's instincts tingled. She was no ordinary buyer. Her movements were practiced, military clean. He was looking at a fellow killer. They drove out to a clearing. Laura set up a target exactly 100 meters away. Without hesitation, she loaded the rifle, took a breath, and fired 3 shots. Each bullet punched dead center. Then came the sound test. She handed the rifle to Snake, walked a few paces away, and signaled him to shoot. He fired 2 rounds, standing just meters from her. She nodded. The shots were almost inaudible. A success. The very next day, Laura was on site, rifle in hand, target in her scope. Ironically, her mark was none other than Snake himself, the man who designed the very weapon she now wielded. She took aim. No hesitation. She pulled the trigger. But then something unexpected happened.